Hey, happy Thanksgiving. It is November 23rd, 2000. Here, hold on a second. I'm using the little selfie stick so I can pull it apart. There we go. So now we can both be seen. Um, so today is November 23rd, 2023. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We are just kind of waiting. Until we take off to go over to a friend's house to spend Thanksgiving. I think I shared a little bit about it yesterday. And that's about it. It's kind of an overcast day today, wouldn't you say? Yeah. It is, it's probably in the 50s out there, which is, I know, it's warmer than where you guys are at. I get that. I understand. But it's a little bit cooler today, so we're wearing sweatshirts and just looking forward to being cozy today. I don't know how long we're going to stay over at our friend's house and fellowship with them and enjoy Thanksgiving and just be grateful for what God has given us, what we have. And then we'll probably come back and cozy in here, maybe watch a movie, maybe go hot tubbing. But I want you guys to know that a million times over would I way rather spend Thanksgiving with you guys, my family, than, have this time where we can cozy in together and watch movies. That we should be watching movies with you guys. We should be going to the hot tub with you guys. We should be enjoying each other and being grateful and thankful that I was chosen to be your mom and that Hadid now is your stepdad. And we can still do those things, and we still will be, and we'll be grateful and thankful that we have had this opportunity. One, for Hadid and I to, I'm trying to, there we go, point the camera so he's in the picture too. I'm grateful for being able to have this time with Hadid and us growing in our marriage and our relationship for sure. And I'm grateful and so thankful that God chose me to be your mom and Hadid your dad and to be intercessors for you guys. That has been a privilege, and I am so grateful and thankful for that. And yeah, I'm incredibly grateful that God chose us during this very hour and this very day and time to be here. To be here. Is there anything you want to share?
Yeah, it's it's Thanksgiving, and then it's crazy how our minds work, and I guess that just highlights the importance of a day like this, because our minds work and they start listing the things that we're missing, and it's easy to say, and it's very true to say that it's a great loss not being able to share this time with you guys. But I guess that's why this day is important. It tells us, yeah, but sit down and ponder what things you can be thankful for. And that's a good exercise always, because it works with this guy right here, your heart. It postures it to remember, like, for example, Jesus said he'd never leave us or forsake us. And whether we're feeling that or not, that's true. And that's something to be thankful about. His constant presence. We're never alone. He never leaves us. We're never facing whatever challenges, like the one I just stated, alone. We have him. And he's not just some guy. I mean, he's like God, and God is for you. And he's there with you in those moments. And he's God, not in a distant sense, like Zeus and those Olympian gods were. But no, he went through the things we went through. He knows. So when he's there with us, it's an empathetic being there with us, like he's feeling with us. He calls us to, for example, weep with those who weep. That's because he's pretty much saying, that's how I operate. That's how I am in my core. I weep when my children weep. So he calls us to be like our Father, because we are made in his image. And that's why he also says, rejoice with those who rejoice, because that's the way he is. He rejoices with us. So all that to say that he's with us, not in a disconnected sense, that he knows facts and figures, and he knows how to count really good and can count our hairs, the hairs in our head. But no, that he's intimately like feeling the things we feel, at least in an empathizing way, like, oh, I know how that feels, right? Does he then call us to stay in those feelings, especially negative ones? No, but he acknowledges them, empathizes with us, and moves us to the higher place of, for example, the subject we're discussing right now, the higher place of, hey, look at the things you can be thankful for. Think about those. And then joy will start to creep into your hearts. And then from joy, I mean praise, worship, like, thank you, Lord, you're good. And then all of a sudden you find yourself worshiping and being grateful and arms raised in the air, saying, God, you are awesome. And then also believing for the things that haven't been restored yet to be restored in the future, because you're contemplating on the goodness of God, and your faith in that his goodness will accomplish good things, right? It just kind of follows. If he's good, good things will come of his intervention in our lives. And inviting him to intervene in everything in our lives, so that we can see that goodness manifest, rather than just a theoretical thing we think about and we read about in a book.
That's good. That's really good. That has been one of my weapons, I think, of this, spiritual warfare, is seeing the joy in everything that I can throughout the day, because there's a lot of loss. It feels like a death of a child, if I was to even comprehend what that would feel like. But when God is showing me the joy in whatever it is, whatever the blessing is, like for me right now, like we were just saying, we don't need to go around the bush about this, but is the joy of knowing that God is so good, and all the things that he has done for me, even before I met Hadid, and then what God is doing for us. Like every place that we've been able to stay, from Puerto Rico to Colorado Springs to here in Texas, in this interim place, God has blessed us with views, like of the lake, and a beautiful home, a beautiful place. And none of this matters to us. Like, we don't care about things and stuff, but God cares about us so much that even in the little things, he says, I want to bless you. And there's joy that comes with it. Now we could take it as, like, well, this is just the way it's supposed to be. Or we could take it as, God, you are so good, and I'm going to cherish this, and I'm going to enjoy these gifts that you have given us. And so thank you for expanding on that. Something that I told you guys, I think a few videos back, was some good news that I'm super thankful for. I had sent in a notice to the Oregon Department of Justice, the courthouse, and I think it was the Internet Crimes Against Children. Can't remember all. There was like 20 some people I sent notices to, that I was going to be taking them to federal court or file a lawsuit against them for their lack of certain things. And I got a letter back. So things are rolling. I got a letter back from the United States Department of Justice. This is not the Oregon Department of Justice. This is the United States Department of Justice, who has initiated an investigation. So they asked some questions of me, and of course they're going to be doing an investigation as well. So I just wanted to let you guys know that things are moving. And like I said the other day, I do believe that the tide is turning. And sometimes it feels like, oh God, but really? And I, that it's taken so long, and I could have given up long time ago. My story could have been something similar, like many other mothers who have thrown in the towel and given up. But I haven't, because I trust that my God is a bigger God. And whatever this is initiating for a larger scale investigation from the U.S. Department of Justice, I believe that this is a part of God's will. And I'm going to be praying into this, and I would ask anybody who's watching this video, pray for it. Pray that God's will be done in this investigation, in this situation, that there won't be any stone that they don't turn over, that they look at all of it. Why did the Deschutes County Court in Oregon mail, in the United States Postal Service, why did they mail 1,100 videos of child sexual abuse material that across state lines? Like, why did that happen? How did I get it? Why did it come to me? Who did it come from? Who had these 1,100 images? There are all these questions. So, but there's an investigation. Why the courts have not been honoring the law. That the investigation is going to be initiated on that. Like, all of the allegations. So my prayer is that the Lord's will happens here on earth as it is in heaven. Whenever God's will is, that he is already set in motion, that happens here on this earth. Not after we die and we get to heaven and things are all redeemed and restored. No, now. Having that restored now and things redeemed now. If that is God's will. Because the most important thing is obviously the Lord's will in this situation. The Lord's will to all to come to repentance and to come to him and just say, God, I am sorry, I have messed up and I am so sorry. Please receive me. Please forgive me. And I know for me, first off, I'm going to be the first one to forgive. I believe I'll be the first one to forgive my persecutors. I forgive you. I have already forgiven them, but I would love to say it to their face. I have already forgiven you. It is not you. It is the sin that has so entrapped you. And the word says that too. So anyways, I wanted to share that with you guys. It is something to be super thankful about, is that God is on the move. So, and I'm giving him the glory for this. I love you guys. I miss you so much. Is there anything else you want to say?
Miss you.
I love you. Happy Thanksgiving. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll give you a hug, okay? There we go. All right. I love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. And hopefully we will see you in person soon. Bye.
Bye.